The way to distinguish when you install your kit is that we have pieces that are marked inside. The inside piece is going against the inboard side of the boat. The outboard sides, or the outside, the labeling that says outside, will go on the outside of the boat and wrap outward. So as you're laying your product out, I think the thing that you want to be aware of is that you have an inside and an outside. Secondly, one of the distinguishing factors when you get your gunnel traction kit is it's marked 1 through 4. So you'll start with the number 1 piece up towards the bow of the boat, number 2, 3, and 4 working their way to the back of the boat respectively. So once again, if you take your pieces and you lay them out, you'll notice that you have 1, 2, 3, 4 going from bow to stern, and importantly, inside and outside. This is what they look like laying on the floor. Now we'll take a minute to throw them on the boat so you can see what they look like there. Whenever we do our kits, we have a tendency to lay everything out, make sure it's in the right place, and it gives us a visual indication of what we're about to do.
That makes sure you're not...
Lastly, it's important to lay the boat out on the left and right hand side. All the EVA will be marked port for left, starboard for right hand side. So when you lay it out, you lay out each side of the boat on its appropriate side. So an example of all the pieces. Here are all the pieces for a Yamaha FX140 laid out on the boat. 1 through 4 going back, inside pieces up against the seat of the boat, the outside pieces out against the outboard side of the boat. One of the first processes in installing the gunnel traction kit is doing some disassembly. The plastic bumper or trim that goes around the boat needs to come off. That's what we're going to do right now. There's a couple of bolts on the front of the Yamahas. They're 10 millimeter, and they come off pretty quickly. Front part. The second thing that we want to do on the Yamahas is get some leverage in there and take what's actually a piece of trim all the way out of the middle of the rub rail. You'll notice once we take the center piece of trim out that the actual bumper or trim that goes around the boat is on the Yamahas is put on with hex head screws. So now we're going to go through the process of disassembling all of these off the boat. That'll allow the piece to come off. One of the things we do with the gunnel traction kit is we take the pre-existing stickers off. They come off really easy, and this just kind of gives you a clean look so that there's nothing sticking outside of the gunnel traction when it's all done.
You got the acetone and the hand. I smell an Emmy.
Oh, it's the money.
Now that we've disassembled the outside, or what we call the outboard side of the boat, we're going to take the seats off and a few other items so that we can work on prepping the inboard or inside section for putting the gunnel traction kit on. What we're doing is just getting it so that this will flex and flap a little bit so that we can tuck the gunnel material underneath and down. You might not want to show this, fellas. This is me not knowing exactly what I'm doing at the moment.
It looks just fine, actually, and we'll set you up.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much.
Bueno, compadre. I'm ready to lay down the floor.
Nice
If I can do
Okay.
Port and starboard floors and
Greg, we do a lot of Yamahas. You can see this kit absolutely has yeah.
Where's that come from? This worms in the motor?
Yeah, you might even want to jump over there and grab a little bit of that.
Look at this last piece.
Yeah.
Are you gonna roll it?
What we highly recommend is once you've put the EVA down, you use a roller to apply some pressure on the material. This just helps the adhesive really, really stick down good. Whether it's your hand, but we suggest using a roller that you can apply some pressure on. Danny, back off of that. Okay. Then we're going to pull this piece over. The result of the gunnel traction kit is all the inboard pieces are tucked under the plastic in the seat and tightly revealed so nothing will come apart. And on the outboard side of the boat, all the traction is concealed under the black plastic trim, so nothing like water or anything can catch on it.